Hi, everybody. If Bella seems a little bit out of it, I gave her some trazodone, which is a tranquilizer, a couple hours ago because we had to go to the vet. And she's a mess at the vet. And I thought I would try this, and it didn't work. She was a total hot freaking mess when I had to give her to the vet. I'll never do that again. I said, I'm gonna put her down, just let her rest in me. This video I'm making for me. I need to vent. This is how I'm gonna get my stress out. Just like when I cook, I do that as therapy. And this is gonna be a therapy session here. So I wanna talk to you about my vet visit, all right? I went to a new vet and I waited a long time to see the owner. Bella's not sick. I wanted to be a responsible dog owner and get blood work done. You should get that done every year. And if you have a senior dog, which she is, you should get it done twice a year. I'm not doing that. She's not showing any signs of anything. But, I just feel I needed to get the senior blood work. And she has a few lumps and bumps that I'll talk about later, and that I wanted to get rechecked that I got at another vet. So here's my gripe. Let me set up the scene. I don't know where you live, but all the places that I've lived, if you're getting like a new roof done or your house painted or yard work, and you let that company stick a sign in your yard, they'll give you a percentage off, okay? So you're a team, you're working together. Miss Bella, you wanna get down? So I drove up to the vet, and the first thing I saw when we were walking up the sidewalk was a big sign stuck in the bark mulch, and it said Royal Canine. It said something about like the best food you can give your dog in the world or some BS like that. So then I walk into the office. There was a cat side and a dog side, and each side had these 8-foot bookcases that were made by Royal Canine because it had their emblem, and there was all their food, the kibble and the wet food, yada yada. Okay, I gotta tell you, I was turned off, but I just kept my cool because I was going in there just to get blood work done. So at the end of the visit, I asked her, I said, I'm new here to you and I'd like to know a little bit about you. What are your thoughts on home cooking? Because not once did she mention anything to me about what I feed my dog. But on the intake form, which she looked at, it says, please list any food you give your dog that is human food. And I list everything, So I said, what do you think of home cooking? And she said, I think it's okay as long as you balance it. And I said, well, what do you think about home cooking versus doing kibble? And she said, it needs to be balanced. That's all. I hear this all the time. So I said, well, specifically, I gotta tell you, I'm turned off by seeing Royal Canine all over the place in your vet place. And I said, my dog all her life has had stress-induced IBD, and I know it's stress-induced because I get stressed, she feels my stress, and then she goes through all her symptoms of licking the floor, and then she gets the mucus, and then she can poop in the house. And I said, I found a great product. It's called Gastro Elm. And I said, it has dandelion root, marshmallow root, slippery elm, and milk thistle in it. And I give it to her for 2 days, and she's just solved. And she looked at me with a blank stare, like she never heard of this, like I was talking a different language. And she said to me, well, Royal Canine gastrointestinal food does wonders for dogs. So I just let it go, and I came home and I'm still fuming. Does it really do wonders for dogs? First of all, are you getting to the root problem with the dog? I went and I looked at the ingredients of Royal Canin. I looked, well, as a vet's place, but I couldn't remember it all because it was like a list that long with words that I couldn't pronounce or spell or say to you. Let's go over the ingredients. And I've done other videos of Royal Canin. Okay, the Royal Canin Gastro, which she was referring to, the first ingredient is brewer's rice. Then it has chicken byproduct meal, M-E-A-L. That's not a typo. It wasn't supposed to be M-E-A-T, meat. It's meal. Do you know what chicken byproduct meal is? It's the carcass. It's no meat, it's the carcass. It's the neck, it's the feet, and it's the occasional feathers that get put in there and ground up. So your dog is not even eating protein derived from meat. They're eating the carcass, all right? And then the next it has wheat and barley. So it has rice, wheat, and barley. Carbs, carbs, carbs. I've talked so many times how carbs are high in inflammation, how carbs turn to sugar, how your dog should not have carbs. You know, if your dog has cancer, they should be maybe on a keto diet with no carbs. I'd like to know a study that's been done of how many dogs that have been fed Royal Canin all their life. How many dogs die of cancer? There'll never be a study. Trust me, there'll never be a study like that. So then the 10th ingredient is salt. And then it has like 30 ingredients after that. Why is salt so high up on the list? I bet you it's because they want the dog to be thirsty, so thirsty, that it's gonna drink like crazy to flush out all these toxins that are in this kibble. All right, so then it's followed by 29 synthetic vitamins. As you know, I use whole food. I don't use vitamins. I don't need to, because the vitamins come from my whole foods. The amino acids come from the protein. The taurine that is needed for a healthy heart comes from the protein. The vegetables give all these vitamins of vitamin C and all this other stuff. And I give I'm sorry, I'm so upset. What am I thinking of? The sardines and, oh yeah, the antioxidants. And for cognitive brain health, I do the sardines and I do the human grade fish oil. This has fish oil in it. I wonder what grade it is. You know, they spray the kibble with the fish oil. And then you open that bag of Royal Canin, and each time you open the bag or you open the container that you put the Royal Canin in, God help you if it's a BPA container, it's getting oxygen in there and it's oxidizing that oil and it's making your kibble rancid and your dog is going to get sick, okay? Anyway, it just blew my mind, you know, but, you know, whatever. I did go there. I wanted her to get 3 bumps checked. She has a big lymphoma on her abdomen, and I had it, with, you know, not biopsies. They took some of it out, aspirated it last year, and it's fine. And she said, leave it. It's no big deal. She has this thing on the, not in her eyes, on the top of her, it's like on her eyelid. And it's gotten a little bigger and sometimes it gets angry. She said, leave it. And then she had something on her neck that I was concerned with because it's a bump. She has bumps. She's 12 years old. Hey, I'm 62 years old. I have bumps too. But this bump, it would like crust over, and then when the crust would fall, if I would mess with it, it would never heal. There would always be a hole in there. So I was a little bit concerned about that. And she says it's just a sebaceous cyst. She wouldn't do anything. She did suggest that I do a dental because her dental is grade 2, and I had to tell her. I waited for her to tell me, but I had to tell her that I am for dentals because there's a direct correlation between dental disease and heart and kidney disease. So I need to figure out when I'm going to get her a dental. But you know, it's just so hard finding a good vet. I'm sure she's good with her surgery, don't get me wrong, but I want a holistic vet. And I went to a holistic vet last year, and when Bella was having her knee issues, and I talked about her tummy issues, and she's wanted to put me on this Royal Canine crap, and I just dropped her like a hot potato because I was driving really far for her. Bottom line, people, and I should have said this at the beginning, the commercial dog food industry is in bed with the vets. From the get-go, when the vets go to school, like UC Davis, who do you think is funding UC Davis? Who do you think is writing the textbooks? It's Hill Science Diet and it's Royal Canine. So these vets are being brainwashed from the get-go, and they get very, very, very minimal nutritional teaching. Yes, they can do heart surgery, knee surgery, and I give them praise for that. But please do not go to your vet for any kind of nutritional information. And please do not buy this crap, Hill Science Diet and Royal Canine. All right, I feel better already.